Alright, what is up, guys? We're back with another video. I apologize if there's any wind noise. We're going to be doing an oil pan kit on a Golf 1.8T. These pretty common. The 1.8Ts, 2-liter turbos, same oil pan, same problem. The gasket on the oil pan will start to leak. So you have a steel oil pan conversion kit. New bolts, they have to be shorter to run this because the plastic pan is thicker. I'll show you later in the video. We got a new oil level sensor seal, RTV for the pan, and then we got new oil and filter for the oil change. So we're gonna start by up top. We're gonna pop off the oil filter, get that loose, let the oil drain down through the oil cooler into the pan, and then we'll crack the pan bolt loose and we'll let all the oil out of the pan. A couple tools you're gonna need for this job: T25 for the skid plate. I've already taken it off. You'll need a T30 for the oil pan. You'll need 10mm for the studs, and you're going to need a flathead for the plastic drain plug that's already in there. All right, and then you'll need also a 32mm socket for the oil filter. So we're going to start by cracking this loose. This way all the oil can drain down, because this oil filter will hold a bunch of oil up in it, and we don't want that to drain down into the new pan after we get it on. So I'm going to get all this oil out first. Then we're going to crawl under here. Sorry about that. So we did fix a oil or a coolant leak last time we had this car here, and that was the issue. We did a whole new thermostat water pump. That video is on my channel if you want to watch that. It'll be down in the description. Alrighty. Let that get nice and drained. Just so you have an idea, that's how the drain plug goes in, or the screwdriver goes into the drain plug. There's special tools for these. We're getting rid of this, so we'll never have to worry about this style of drain plug again. I like to drop the pan. I leave the sensor in the pan and I take the sensor out afterwards, and then I'll put the sensor in the pan before I put the new pan on. Makes the job a little easier in my opinion, and you're not sitting here trying to torque a sensor upside down. You can do it properly on like a workbench or something. You don't want to go crazy, just snug it up. So now we're done up top pretty much. The only thing we'll come back up here for is to put oil in it. What I like to do is just leave the 4 corners bolts in. We'll snatch all the other bolts out first. I completely forgot that I have these giant metal drain pans that are absolutely perfect for this. So let's finish getting this pan off. This last corner over here. This one right here. There we go. Ready? Just kind of cleaning up the surface where the sealant's got to go. All right. When we go to put the pan on, we'll have to do one more wipe because the way the engine sits, the oil wants to roll back to the back of the pan. So we'll have to do one more wipe before we actually stick the pan on. All right, so now we're gonna get our oil pan. So we gotta get our sensor out. On the new one, you never want to use a power tool on those studs. It'll heat up and then wad the threads up and you'll snap a thread off. So don't do that. But this, we're taking it off of this. It'll be fine. We need to reuse these nuts. Get that sensor out of there. Pan over to the side. We'll clean this up, get all this oil off of here, and then we got to replace the seal on there. I can already see this seal was leaking pretty bad. Looks like the seal just failed. No worries. We'll get that fixed up. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me if this helped you out. I really appreciate any support. Anybody leaving comments, liking the video, subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate that. You don't understand how much that helps out. I'm trying not to spray it up on the top here where the hole is and stuff. I'm just trying to get the majority out of this groove. And brake clean will dry up pretty fast, so. Get our nuts. Like I said, no power tools on these. Spin these by hand. I get them all like kind of snugged up before I torque them down. You don't want to torque one down without having them all kind of started. Now that that's like that, I can set the pan down and we can actually properly torque these. Torque, I like to set them to like 7 Newton meters. This one's not even letting me go. Yeah, I can see the gasket's pretty evenly matched. I don't want to go cranking on these because they are pretty delicate. Yeah, that should be fine. All right, so when I do this, I like to run on the inside of the bolt hole, just because you're sealing the inside edge of this pan, keeping it from leaking oil out. You don't need to go crazy with the RTV. Alrighty. Now what I'll do is I'll just run my finger to make this evenly all the way across, and this way I don't have extra RTV get pushed down inside the pan. The worst thing about using RTV, the giant mess it makes. Alright, so like I said before, you're going to have to do one final wipe before you get the pan settled in there. Pretty normal. It's mainly going to be on the back, not the front. The front usually is fine. Get your oil level sensor lined up. And slip it on up in there. Just like that. We'll get some corner bolts in first. I like to do the opposite corners of each other. Makes it just a little bit easier. Alright, I'm just torquing down all the bolts now. All the bolts torqued down to 8 Newton meters. Alright, once you get all those torqued down to 8 Newton meters, then you have an 1/8 of a turn. So not even a full quarter of a turn. So I'm gonna run my ratchet lined up. All right, and just like that, we're done with the oil pan. Not too bad of an install. Now I'm gonna clean this sensor out with some brake clean. It's just covered in oil. Should put some dielectric grease in there and then we'll put it back on. And I like to wait a little while. You don't really have to, but I like to wait a little while before I put oil in it. Let the RTV kind of settle. I think it dries in like a couple hours or so. The longer you can wait, the better. All right. Got everything back together. I'm gonna let this pan sit for a couple hours or so, and I'll give you an update on the Tiguan. But we'll let this sit, let that RTV seal up, and then we'll put some oil in it once I feel like it's dried enough. So this Tiguan has been a kind of pain, but this is the next project I'm working on. I got the cylinder head off. We got to put the new cylinder head. I got new head gasket, head bolts. We're gonna work on this a little bit later. This will be a separate video, but just giving you an idea of what I kind of do on a regular basis. Helping a friend out with that one. This one's gonna be a flip car. Me and a buddy, we split it. We bought it. I'm fixing it, and then we're gonna split the profit. I got to do the water pump and thermostat housing as well, because I'm pretty sure it's been leaking coolant for a long time, and the guy just didn't care. He's just been topping it off until it finally jumped time. All right, so I actually pushed the car up here so the oil pan can dry. I didn't want to start it or put any oil in it, just waiting for it. Went and got some food, and it's been about 4 hours now. So now we're going to top it off, put some oil in it, check for any leaks, and then give it back to the customer. We're putting 5W40 full synthetic. Man, oil's so clean I can barely even tell. Looks like it's full though. Very nice. It's funny, when these cars came out, they switched to castor oil. For a few years it's been on Mobil 1, and now castor oil is back in the Volkswagen deals. So if you ever wonder why, if you buy OEM oil and the bottles change, that's why. Because Volkswagen switches brands. They flip-flop between Mobil 1 and castor oil. Whoever gets the better deal is who they end up supplying their oil. Alright, so now we're gonna start it up for the first time. Oh, can't have that. YouTube will hit me with copyrights for music. So I'm gonna back it up over the driveway so I can get a nice clean spot. Verify there's no leaks. Now that we got the oil filter full, now we can double check our oil again, make sure it's good. Gotta love Mark 7's hood struts on them. Don't know why they got rid of that on the Mark 8. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna add what's left of that liquid moly thing in there. Almost missed it, but didn't quite miss it. Very nice. Beautiful. Okay. We are good. And that's how you do an oil change and an oil pan on a Mark 7. Yeah, I don't see any fluids under there. Leave it running for a little bit. It's the Wolfsburg edition, by the way. Really nice car. It's like as close as you can get to a GTI without it being a GTI. So like all the leather, and it's just a nice car. Really nice car. My battery's about to die. Knock this out. Everything looks all nice and dry. I don't see any drips. I think we're gonna be good. Appreciate you guys watching, hanging out for the video. Spin this around. So that's gonna be the install on an oil pan on a 1.8T Mark 7. This will be the same for like Jettas, Tiguan's. Tiguan's actually only came with 2 liters, but pretty much any 2-liter turbo or 1.8 turbo from I think like 2014 up to 2021 or 2022. Some of the newer Tiguan's still have this setup, but make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Appreciate you guys watching. You have a good one.